Namaskar. Welcome to this session. We are dealing with an interesting sutra. Tatha tad vipaka anugunanam eva abhivyaktir vasananam. That means vipaka anurupa karma. The vasana for vipaka anurupa karma has to be there for fructification. Now, usually, as a layman, we think this particular karma has this kind of fruit. This karma has this kind of fruit. But for the fructification to take place, we need anuguna vasana. Now, very important thing has been divulged here. Usually we don't take that into consideration. So here, Vachaspati Mishra has highlighted this fact, which must be taken cognizance of by us as students. So that's what we are going to understand today. So usually we say this kind of fructification takes place because of such a karma. But then for the fructification to really happen, we must have corresponding vasana for it. Otherwise, there is no point in such a fruition. Say, for instance, if you say that this particular karma has a fruition in the form of overseas travel, Pardesha Gamana Yoga, that one will travel abroad because of such a karma. Now, if the karma is fructifying and therefore you are going to get the Pardesha Gamanam, that is a foreign trip. But then it won't be fructification if you are a mosquito and you happen to board an aircraft and you go overseas. Or suppose a particular karma has a fruition in the form of eating mango. Now you must have vasana for that fruition, for it to be really fructification. Now suppose somebody gives you mango because it is a fruition of particular karma, and you happen to be in a place like polar region and where there are freezing temperatures. You won't develop desire to eat mango, or mango will not be really relished. Or on a day, suppose you are indisposed, you have diarrhea, dysentery, etc. So when you are so indisposed, even if the mango is in front of you, you don't feel like eating. Then how will that be a fruit? In the sense, the karma speaks about the fruit. So for you to really relish mango, it must be a very, very hot day, exceptionally hot day, dry day, temperature soaring to 40 plus or 100 plus, 100, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fahrenheit plus that temperature, or 40 degrees Celsius. And it should be dry weather. Then the mango is relished. Mango is not really relished when it is overcast condition, very cloudy and downpour, heavy downpour, high humidity to extent of 95, 96 degrees, torrentially raining. Then we lose the relish for mango. Then eating that mango cannot be a fruit of some karma. If you are going to travel abroad, you must have vasana to go abroad. then only it will be a fructification of your karma. If you don't have the vasana for going abroad and then you happen to go abroad, you can be a bird, you can be a worm. So that cannot be a fruit of your karma that you go abroad. For it to be a fruit that you go abroad, you must have corresponding vasana. So vasana gratification would be karma phala. Hope I sufficiently clarified this matter here. Phalanurup vasana must be there. When I have urge to eat mango, and when if I get get to eat the mango, and get to eat the mango that I cherish, the Alfonso of Ratnagiri, then that is karma phala bhoga. Now, if that mango is given to a donkey, it doesn't have vasana for the mango, and therefore it cannot be karma phala. So it's not just a rule of karma that a particular karma has particular phala. You must have corresponding vasana for such a phala. So if the phala is painful, it should be paining you by taking the phala. If the fruition is pleasurable, you must get pleasure by facing the fruition. Then only it is karma phala. So it is not that a hard and fast rule, such a karma has such a phala. So vipaka anuguna vasana is important. It is not the karma and karma phala. It is not a particular act and the fruition of act. Now suppose you get the fruition of an act in a condition of life where the fruit doesn't matter. It neither gives you pleasure or pain. So it should not be coming at a unopportune point in time. It should come at a proper point in time, whether it is pain or pleasure. So this is also another aspect which is portrayed in the sutra. Vipaka anuguna vasana for karma phala. So suppose you have the karma phala is that you are going abroad, for instance. And now you happen to go abroad while you are an infant. Well, you don't have desire to go abroad. It doesn't really matter whether you are inland or whether you are going abroad. Whether you are inland or whether you are going overseas. It cannot be fruition. You might go abroad. But when you are an infant, it cannot be karma phala. Because karma phala entails that there must be vasana for that. So you must be grown up, you must be an adult, where you feel the difference between being inland and going abroad. If it doesn't matter whether you are inland or overseas, then that is not the fruition of the karma. The fruition should matter. Whether if it is painful, it should matter. The pain must be inflicted. If it is pleasurable, the pleasure must be coming your way. If it is fruition of your karma. And therefore, very important factor has been mentioned here, picked up here by Vachaspati Mishra. He says, Phalanurupa vasana is important. It should matter that you go abroad, and then if you go abroad, there is a point. If it doesn't matter whether you go abroad or remain inland, then sending you abroad is not a fruition of your karma. So phalabhoga anurupa vasana. Underline this. Phalarupa anurupa vasana. The fruition will be of the nature of pain, pleasure and delusion, or delight, sorrow and delusion. Corresponding vasana should be there. What is the point in giving you pain when you are unconscious? If the pain comes your way while you are unconscious, then it won't be fructification. It should matter that it is pain and you feel the pain and you suffer the pain, and therefore you should not be unconscious. So phala anurupa vasana is important, and that is mentioned in the sutra, and this is divulged by Vachaspati Mishra. Then only it will be a fructification of the karma. If we turn to Vijnana Bhikshu's Yoga Vartik, let's see what he has to divulge for us. He has looked at the sutra in a different perspective altogether than what Vachaspati has done. So he commences, those who are non-yogis like you and me and ordinary mortals, because we are dealing with the topic of the fourfold karma. So others, the karmas are of three kinds: Shukla karma, Krishna karma, Shukla Krishna karma. While the yogis' karmas are Ashukla Krishna. So those who are non-yogis, their karmas are Shukla karma, Krishna karma, Mishra karma. Virtuous, vicious and mixed. White, black and grey. So behind our karmas, whether they are virtuous or vicious or mixed, there is a ashaya, there is a vasana. So our karmas have vasana behind. In simple words, maybe intent, maybe desire, etc. While yogis' karmas are anashaya karmas. This was discussed by us in earlier sutra. So Vachaspati divulges that yogis' karmas are anashaya and our karmas are ashaya karmas. So if the vasanas are not coming up, then the karma doesn't have a locus. If the desire doesn't come up, then the karma doesn't have a locus. And therefore even the karma phala must have a vasana, otherwise karma phala doesn't stand as phala. So if there is a balance of karmas in your account, for which it entails that you must take the karma phala, that you must get the fruition of the karma, so that becomes an important condition. Now if you have lots of karmas in your residual account and you don't have vasana at all, then that will be almost equal to moksha. So there are sanchita karmas, but now you don't have vasana at all. Then how the fructification will take place? That is how the moksha is possible, even if there is residual karma, even if there is balance of karmas. It is not necessary that the karmas, because it is not possible that karmas are exhausted and therefore you get moksha, then that is not a moksha at all. So the vasanas are to be managed. You don't have to bother about what is your balance of karmas, that you will have to face the fructification without exception. The vasanas must be handled. Vasanas are only to be handled. You can't really manage the karmas. So for you to eat mango, you must have desire for eating the mango. So there must be vasana for you to eat the mango, then the mango will be a fructification for you. So the point is, the vasanas must be handled. So this is what is diverged by Vijnana Bhikshu. So, another point that Vachaspati brings to our notice is that just now we were told, and there was quite some logic in saying that it is the vasanas because of which we get karma phala. Now, there can be a cavil here. Let's perform the karmas indiscreetly, unscrupulously, and let's see if there is a way to press the button of vasana to off condition, so that the karmas won't fructify. Because the karma phala to really happen, we must have vasanas. So let's bother about this mechanism whereby we can switch off the vasana switch. And until that time we can perform any karma. So this is not right, because for you to really get enfranchised or salvation, you must adhere to the path such as yoga. Then you can have a cavil, say why go for all kind of restraints. Let's indiscreetly, unjudiciously, liberally perform any kind of karma, whatsoever kind of karma, and let's see the chance of switching off the vasana button. So once the vasana button is switched off, then the fructifications won't come your way at all. So you can do what the karmas of any kind. You don't have to bother about it. And therefore the moksha will be quite natural. Why should you reform yourself? Let's see if we can switch off the vasana button, because the vasana is giving us bondage. Vasana is making us face the fruitions. Vasanas are giving us bondage. So let's try to find out if there is any mechanism to switch off the vasanas. So why adhere to yogi's kind of karma, anashaya karma? That is set aside by Vijnana Bhikshu, that you cannot have such a stand. You will have to have your moksha sadhana in place. You will have to have your karma management in place. You cannot think of unmanaged karmas and just have access to vasana switch and switch it off. So that is also a point which he has clarified. So the karma and karma phala and karma vasana and phala vasana have some correspondence. That is what Vijnana Bhikshu has told us. So he says that even suppose there is a shwana karma janma because of karma phala. If you are going to take birth as a dog, being the fructification of your karmas, you must have dog vasanas. What is the point in having no dog vasana and then taking birth in dog class of life form? So the point is, you will have dog vasana collected in some remote life even, but then you have performed karmas in this life which entitle and which qualify you to go to dog class of birth, and therefore you will have the vasana available to really get impelled into Shwana Yoni. So that is what is the purport of this sutra, is what is divulged by Vijnana Bhikshu. So the birth in the dog class might be remote, in a remote life, 100 lives ago, 1000 lives ago, 10,000 lives ago. But the vasana will be intact, vasana will be there, and now at the end of this life, because the sum of your karmas tell you that you should be taking birth in a dog class, you will be able to get those vasanas, retrieve the vasanas of dog, which perhaps happened 100 lives ago or 1000 lives ago or 10,000 lives ago. It is immaterial, but then you will be taking birth in dog class because of such vasana. This is actually the purport of the sutra. Therefore, the following sutra can be easily related to what we have discussed in this session and the previous sessions. So the 9th sutra comes up. Jati desha kala vyavahitanam api anantaryam smriti samskara yohor ekarupatvat. The karma phala anuguna vasana, in the example that we cited, the dog vasana, shwana vasana, might have been there in a remote past. Jati desha kala vyavahitanam, although it is veiled by a long time, and it has happened in a remote place. A long time has elapsed. Many births have taken place. After that previous dog class birth, we have gone through a cattle form, we have gone through insect form, we have gone through human form, we have gone through aquatic form, we have gone to vegetable form of life. Many kinds of lives might have elapsed after the previous dog class of birth. So although it is veiled by so many jatis, so many deshas and long time, it is all veiled because of that, yet like smriti, the samskars will come up because there is some identicality between smriti and samskar. So what is it? See, we get the memory. Sometimes the memory might be of remote past, 30 years back, 40 years back, 50 years back, 10 years back to 50, 60, 70 years back. Memory can come back. There is no problem for memory to surface if the manifesting cause has appeared. Now many incidents have happened between that memory and the source of memory and manifestation of memory. Many experiences have come in between, but yet the memory comes to us, our mind, as if it is very fresh. Say, for instance, we had taken this example sometimes. So suppose today you get memory of your visit to Delhi, which took place 40 years back. Now, in 40 years, many experiences have come and gone. But today you get suddenly the memory of a Delhi visit 40 years back. Now, memory can come like that. It might be old memory time-wise, but when memory comes, it's like a fresh memory. So, smriti samskara yoho ekarupatvat. There is some identicality, similarity between the smriti appearing and vasana or samskar appearing. So in the example that we cited, a dog class of life took place many lives ago, many uh, manifestations ago. Yet, like the memory can appear, vasanas can appear. And therefore, the vasanas will impel us into that experience in the subsequent life. So anyway, this is the sutra of the topic of the next sutra. We will start considering that sutra and its topic, but we will do that in our next session. So here we end the delineation on the 8th sutra, Tataha Tadvipaka Anuguna Eva Abhivyaktir Vasananam. So that was the previous sutra that we discussed. Phala Anuguna Vasana, Phala Anurupa Vasana. So that sutra is the 8th sutra, Tataha Tadvipaka Anugunanam Eva Abhivyaktihi Vasananam. So the discussion on this sutra is now over, and there is a link between what we discussed in that 8th sutra and now what we are going to discuss in the 9th sutra. So that relationship was taken into consideration today, so that in the next session it won't be a jump. We have understood the passage from 8th sutra to 9th sutra. So we will consider that in our next session. Enough for the time being. Namaskar all of you.